All right, today you are working on your Winter Olympics math and art transformation style project. We will be using figures of Winter Olympic sports, like I have skiing right here. And we will also be combining this art where we're showing kind of movement and motion in our artwork with something that you are learning in math, which is transformations. We will be making our figures do different movements like that you might do in math on a graph. So we will be doing reflections where you flip something. So it would start here and then flip over and you would see the opposite side. We will be doing rotations where you turn your figure. And then translations, we will be sliding our figures. All right, and we will be just using whatever sport that you chose, and you're going to be tracing with pencil. And this is going to be in the upper left-hand corner, will be kind of our original figure. So we'll just take that and trace it in pencil. Doing your best to be neat and careful and hold that figure still. Going around every edge. So now I'm going to do my first transformation where it is a reflection. So I take my original figure, I'm going to flip it over. That's what a reflection is. So now I see the back side. I will then just trace it again where I flipped it. All right, then we always go back to the beginning. So this is my original figure. My next transformation is a rotation where you turn it. So we don't see the back of our figure this time. We're just going to turn our figure, then trace again. And finally, our last rotation is translation or slides. We're going to slide down. If you're doing this on a graph, you would be like sliding to the right 2 spots and sliding down 2 spots. And then tracing that one last time with pencil. But your next step now is going to be to take a white oil pastel and trace all of your lines with white oil pastel. Then after that, we will be using a white chalk pastel to then add some snow kind of around our Winter Olympics figures. When you are tracing, do your best to find a point of your oil pastel to trace around the edges with. Be neat, push nice and hard so you get a bright white color. Try not to smear or get your hand on that oil pastel. You don't want it to kind of go everywhere. Just do your best to be neat with this part. Tracing over every pencil line. After you have outlined your figures with oil pastel, then you will take a chalk pastel. You will just go to the edges of each figure and kind of pull away from them to it makes it look like it's glowing or maybe that snow is flying off of them. You don't push very hard, you're pushing super light with this chalk pastel, kind of all the way around the edge. Now you can leave some areas black too. So I went around that figure, now I'm going to go around this next one. And it shouldn't take you very long to just quickly kind of outline with a glowing little bit of snow around each figure. Again, don't push hard. You don't want a puddle of chalk dust. You just want a little bit of that snow kind of going off the edge of your paper and around each figure that you have here. Last, we are going to be stamping on the Olympic rings. I will have the colors all lined up for you in your stamping, just with some bottle caps. All you have to do is make sure that you have a photo of the Olympic rings, and you kind of start up one and then you go down and you're overlapping these rings to make them look like this picture. You can decide where you want to do that on your paper, but you would start with blue, stamping, making sure that you're covering the edge of your bottle cap with that color, and you decide where you want to go. I'm going to do it in the middle. So you stamp it on there, and I might even turn it a little bit to make sure it prints really well. Then I would set that stamp back on the same plate with that same color. Next I'm going to, again, look at my paper here. Next is yellow, and they should be in order. Make sure that I get enough paint, and then I'm overlapping and going down. Okay, and I kind of twist it. And then ending with red at the top there. As soon as you are done, those bottle caps should go right back onto the plates. This would go onto the drying rack and with 2 hands, and you are done with your Olympic transformation style, mixing the Olympics, art, and a little bit of math. Good luck.